So when the angels were created, so the whole hierarchy of angels is created at once. Now, the way angels know things is the exact opposite of the way we know things. The way we know something is we have to come in contact with a thing, we have to work with it a little while, then eventually we kind of gain a more abstract knowledge of it, and eventually we can kind of have a universal knowledge of the thing. So it takes us a while to actually get to the point where we fully understand something. And we even see this even when we wake up. We wake up, it takes us a while to get fully functioning. And even when we're going to make a choice, a lot of times we have to go through a series of steps to kind of consider various things before we make the choice. That's because our knowledge comes through the senses. We have to be in contact with something, and then from that we can actually know something about it, and derive. And we can also infer knowledge based upon that, about other things that we don't necessarily see, etc. Okay. With angels, their knowledge is infused by God. That's their mode of knowing, St. Thomas says. So at the first instance of their creation, God did two things. The first is he, in addition to creating them and creating them in this state of grace and state of perfection, he also infused in them the knowledge of all of the essences of created things. And basically what that means is they know exactly what a human being is. They know what dogs are, cats are. They know the natures of these things. Whereas human beings take a while to finally fully understand those things, they immediately exhaust everything there is to know about those just by thinking about them, to the degree of their intelligence. It could be known about that thing to the degree of their intelligence instantaneously. They don't have to think things through. Okay, so that's when it comes to the natures of things. But that's distinct. That kind of knowledge of things is distinct from knowing this thing is going to happen at this point in time. Those are called particulars. So the ones are kind of called universal knowledge of things. The particulars are infused in them as they actually occur by God. So, for example, the angels and the demons know what we are talking about as we talk about it because it's infused in their minds. So, for example, if they want to know what's going on in another room, they just have to think about that room, and then boom, they can see immediately what's actually there. Okay. When they were created into an act of knowing because they instantaneously exhaust what there is to know. And in that act of knowing, they learned a few things. One, who they are. They instantaneously saw their own nature and their specific difference. They actually understood by that fact that God had given them an assigned task. And that assigned task that he had given to them is who they are. It's their very nature of who they are.